And what might be some good uses for your leisure time? Will you let time slip away from you? Or will you use it well?
Hey, folks. Welcome back to the Basement Show podcast. That's right. The only show filmed in a basement that we know of. Praise the Lord. Praise Him.
Praise be.
Praise be.
Praise
it be. Yep. That's right, baby. I am Ryman Ryan, and to my left is the one and only Turntable Tara. That's right. That's right. Thank you for sliding down the bulkhead with us. Please, won't you, like, share, subscribe? Yes, baby. Thank you for doing that, too. Come here. Yes. Then, put that as AZZ on that water slide and ride it into the notification bell so you'll know ASAP Rocky. When we upload new mediocre content and shorts, and put us in your car, kid. Take us with you. T and I want to know about where we can't afford to go.
Yay!
TBSP on the go, yo. We are everywhere. Streaming things are streamed. TikTok, Spotify, Audible, what else? iHeartRadio, kids, SoundCloud, and please feel obligated to hit us up on the Google voicemail. Follow the non-existent bouncing ball below. That number is 617-286-2203. And we're on the Instagram at the.basement show podcast. And also, like we do every full episode, yes, I have arrived as I rise to the top like the cream of the crop. The Basement Show podcast merch is available on printify.com. And also, we have the Thunderstorm book available on Amazon, your favorite jungle website. $10, make you holla. And you got 3 pages in the back.
Very reasonably priced.
Put the little children's to bed and get some Basement Show podcast all up in your head. That's
and it's not a long book, so you can put them to bed quickly.
Right. 10 pages to sleepy time. That's right.
I like that.
That's a good title.
10 pages to sleepy time.
You'd think we were like awesome creators or something. How did we come up with this stuff? So, but enough about that. I want to check in with you. How are you this week?
I'm pretty good.
That's good. Good is great. Yeah. Great is good.
Well, It is. Mm-hmm. It was a stressful week, but I'm glad it's over.
Right. And this is our favorite part of the week, where
we
get to be with you, our fans. You get to listen to us, and call us, and we can listen to you. So, you know what I'm thinking?
What?
I'm thinking we hit them with the haw and give them what they came to see and listen to.
All right.
So we're going to dive right into Oddly Enough.
That's
right.
Okay. Now, I am not good. It has been well documented. I am not good at animal impressions.
Absolutely not. That's me.
It is. So I say right off the bat, like, can you do like a goat noise?
Of course I can.
Yeah.
How bad do you want it? You know what I mean? Michael Jackson. Bad.
Okay. So, oddly enough, it comes to us from a rural Texas town.
Yeehaw!
It is a story about Willie, the Texas rodeo goat who was on the lamb for weeks. Wow. So Willie, the rodeo goat, who has lassoed the hearts of residents in South Rural Texas County ever since she escaped from an area enclosure July 15th, has finally been found.
Wow, she went missing, huh?
The elusive goat had hidden in sugarcane and cornfields, avoiding capture for weeks in Willacy County, about 300 miles southwest of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Residents searched for her on horses, all-terrain vehicles, and by drone. Local businesses aided in the search by donating 90 prizes and gifts worth $5,000 in total, including brisket, bales of hay, and beef jerky to whoever found the goat.
You stole the cougar's goat?
Edwards.
Edwards? His name's Edwards?
Principal Edwards.
Principal Edwards! Welcome to our locker room.
Right.
That's amazing. You could, oh man,
Well, we're
for
not
a
done.
whole week, and you get up to $5,000 for finding a goat.
Finding a goat.
We need to get out there right now.
Tara and Ryan,
That's right.
goat hunters. Dun, dun, dun.
Coming to theaters this fall.
So Ricardo Rojas III didn't have to go far to find Willie. He and a friend caught the slippery goat on Monday in his backyard, 1 mile away from where she escaped. The 16-year-old high school junior and family friend Sammy were fixing animal stalls on the teenager's 10-acre family property, located between Raymondville and Lyford in deep South Texas, where Willie was sighted. Neighbors had possibly seen the goat, so Rojas' father told him to grab some ropes. Rojas used one of the family's goats and its cries to try and lure Willie out of the heavily wooded area behind the family property. They soon spotted Willie coming out of the woods and chased her down, and she ran back into the trees. They cornered her, and both Rojas and Ambriz, which is Sammy, unsuccessfully tried to lasso Willie. And then she started to run again, but luckily we had a fence that was there, and she tried to hop the fence. Goats are very tricky.
Yes, and agile.
They really are. But then her head got stuck in the fence. Me and Sammy jumped on top of her. At that point, she wasn't going nowhere.
Nope.
Allison Savage, president of the Willacy County Livestock Show and Fair, said that they believed Willie was getting enough to eat and drink while she was on the lam, but worried that predators, including coyotes, might get her. We had her checked over just to make sure she was getting healthy, Savage said, and we plan to let old Miss Willie lead a very sweet life going forward. People from around the U.S. had reached out asking for updates, sending their wishes for Willie's safe return. The search also brought together many of Willacy County's 20,000 residents. Many who grew crops and raised livestock, as families went out to search for Willie.
That's a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all coming together.
I think it was very awesome that everybody was working together to try and find her, said Rojas, who is splitting the prize with Ambriz. The search has also been a boon for Livestock Show. Residents and businesses donated hundreds of dollars to make improvements to the nonprofit's arena and other facilities. Even a little rodeo goat is important and has shown us and taught us that we need to look after each other. And we need to take care of one another, and together there's nothing we can't do.
This is correct, folks. Yeah, you got the goddamn right. All right, that was fascinating. Thank you. Thank you.
All that for a little goat.
That's right. Well,
I had a, my mom loves goats.
So does my uncle.
And through my childhood, she had about 3 of them.
Yeah.
Not all at the same time, just one after another.
Right.
And the last one that she had was named Barnaby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
And he was an escape artist.
They all are.
My dad made like this 10-foot high fence, and he would still somehow get out.
Jump over it.
And he had no idea how he was doing it. This is back before like you could buy little cameras and stuff.
Exactly.
So he had no idea how he was getting out.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your goats are?
Well, one time we were in the living room, and all of a sudden there's this face in the window, and a guy, because we have this big bay window in the living room, this guy's knocking on the thing, and he goes, "Hey, you guys have a goat?"
No, come back later. No.
And we're like, yeah, why? And he goes, oh, it's running down the street.
Oh, man.
Had to go running after the goat at like 9 o'clock at night.
Exactly. I didn't know goats could get licenses either, but I guess that's true too. So I don't know. Maybe that's a Massachusetts thing. But anywho,
Probably.
That'll roll us into our next segment, which is stupid crimes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, stupid crime you can still be charged for. This crime comes to us from Indiana.
Who's your country?
A state that brought us the pork tenderloin sandwich.
Oh, love it.
And something called butterscotch pie, which kind of sounds disgusting.
Not too bad. I mean, I try it twice.
It sounds very
at least.
sweet.
Yeah, it does.
In South Bend, Indiana, it is illegal for monkeys to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, oh, man.
Apparently, cigars are okay, but only if the monkey goes outside.
Really? Is Tom Selleck going to be there too? I mean, come on now. Welcome to Who's Your Country, the land of the smoking monkey.
I mean, well, you have to, think, okay, for this to be an actual thing, they had to have had a reason to make this law.
That's what I'm saying.
So why were all the monkeys smoking in Indiana?
I don't know. Are they under that much stress with it?
Well,
just
it is Indiana.
Right. I mean, what are you doing all day? You're just like, oh, that's tough. I mean, one of their biggest things out there is corn. So you got monkeys out in the cornfields smoking cigarettes, shucking corn.
Hey, you guys has got any smoking monkeys?
I love it. I feel like I want to stop at the pet store and ask them on the way home. Excuse me, ma'am, sir, do you have any smoking monkeys available?
They ain't smoking, I ain't buying them.
That's right. Right. I want them Marlboro monkeys. Oh, jeez. That's awesome, T. That's awesome. Oh, all right. So, this week's Get the F Out of Here. Extra weird. First topic, okay? I'm sure a lot of people all over the world can identify with this. I just thought the way the term is described is funny to me, but the actual thing is like life-threatening.
Oh,
debris
dear.
balls.
Yeah. Pardon me?
Yeah, debris balls. That's
debris balls.
Debris balls are part of like tornadic activity. So when you got like cows, cars, wood, stuff like that's flying up in the air from the tornado or from the winds of the tornado, it's a ball of debris. And that's not a type of ball that you want to be playing with, let me tell you.
That actually sounds like something you need an ointment for.
Exactly. Like you go to the doctor and be like, oh man, my debris balls is acting up. I need something. So yeah, be careful of those debris balls, folks. They're everywhere. Yeah. And the second thing for Get the F Out of Here is I thought this was a good one. You're always going to have a couple of people in your contacts or in your life that own a pocket computer, a.k.a. smartphone, and they don't empty their voicemail box. I find that extremely off-putting, folks. Yes. If I'm trying to get in touch with you and you haven't emptied your voicemail box, you're not showing me you care.
What kind of person allows your smartphone voicemail box to be full? Because I'm pretty sure it can hold like 2 gigs.
Right. Most of the phones now can hold like 2 gigs. Don't tell me you're that popular.
What are you doing with yourself?
You're not that popular that you're getting that many voicemails in a day, unless you're super famous.
I think you're just a sadistic person who needs all the notifications on that thing.
Exactly. The voicemail box you have called is full. Please try your call again later or never again. That's what I'd be doing.
Hoarding voicemail.
Right. You voicemail hoarder. And then the last one I have for GTFOH is, as we would say with a Mass accent, paper cuts.
Paper.
Yeah, so I had the Post-its, right? And I needed to break off half of the thing of Post-it notes for Ma, and the other half was for me. Well, somehow in writing the script or whatever this week, writing stuff down, I have all these Post-it notes everywhere. So I had everywhere, and I had half of the book of Post-it notes. Well, I dropped said book of Post-it notes, and I don't know how. It was like a freak accident. It tumbled, and it gave me a paper cut in between my toe.
Ooh,
it's bad. It's bad. And I was like, medic! You know, like over dramatic, big
Man
time.
down!
Yeah,
Man
it's a
down!
very sensitive area. It's in betwixt the toe regions, and it's like, man, that hurt bad. And I'm being a little baby. I'm holding my foot, and I'm just like, how could you do this to me?
You just keep going to...
Oh, my God.
I think you've got a bad cut there. We better get you to the hospital.
It's just a flesh wound, honestly.
Are you sure?
Nothing to write home about.
Okay.
No need to bother, matron.
Did you say left or right up there?
Just a left, yeah. Oh!
Like it's the paper's fault, and it's not. So, yeah, that's this week's Get the F Out of Here.
Yes,
so
sir.
Enjoy that. So now, it's time to disrobe and get on into that shower. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I'm dirty. I'm tired. I'm sore. I'm in the shower. All right.
Oh.
What are your shower thoughts this week, T?
My shower thoughts were... There is as much fruit in Fruity Pebbles cereal as there are pebbles.
Correct.
Barney, my pebbles! Didn't mean to bowl you over, Fred. House Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast. Yabba dabba delicious.
Which is probably about zero.
Yes.
Have a big bowl of sugar rocks.
It's neither fruity nor pebbly.
Right. It's sugar rocks, basically.
And my final shower thought is sandwiches taste better when you cut them diagonally.
I agree. Than in a square.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of with the Breakfast Club. PB&J's with crust cut off. Love that line. Absolutely love it. All right, so those are your shower thoughts?
That was my shower thoughts.
All right. Well, here I go.
Here
boy.
we go.
Yeah, there he is. So my first one was saying I don't know is actually, I think, a sign of intelligence, not stupidity, because then you're open to learning. Also, this pen that I'm holding in my fancy little hand right now, this is the Pentel Wow BK440 model. The best pen ever made for me because it's got that nice tri-grip. Beta Fish should come with a money-back guarantee. I felt much like Ricky Martin in the shower at one point this week because I was living La Vida Lufa. And last but not least, we know y'all love this one. I love. Listen to that water. I love it so much. Come here. I love espresso coffee.
Espresso?
I love espresso coffee. Oh, it gives you that nice zip. Post-shower espresso coffee. Straight banger.
My niece enjoys espresso so much. She actually has that, like an espresso, that thing that, I don't know, it's like it's the espresso, like the maker, whatever.
Okay.
Like the pot thing. She has that tattooed on her ankle.
She does?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know what it's, I want to call it a carafe, but I know that's not right.
No, it's not.
I don't know the word.
But either way, that's a pretty cool tattoo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's this week's shower thoughts. Now, folks, it's time to get out, dry off, get dressed, okay, comb your hair,
Dry it off.
brush your eyebrows, because we're going into Today I Learned.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Today I learned that James Barry lost his 13-year-old brother in an accident as a kid. To comfort his mother, he started speaking and acting like his brother, and his mother always treated him as if he was his brother. Thus, Barry later wrote a novel about a kid stuck in eternal childhood named Peter Pan.
Ah, yes.
And in the original story of Peter Pan, because everybody's familiar with the Disney version,
Correct.
the Lost Boys actually do age, even when they're in Neverland. And the reason the group is always made up of children is because if they don't die by other means, Peter will thin them out.
Wow.
But the author never clarifies whether this means they're executed or banished as they grow older.
Mysterious.
Now, and here is the lovely part of this.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
J.M. Barrie gave the copyrights to the books to the Great Ormond Street Hospital. In 1988, the hospital was given unique right to royalties from Peter Pan in the UK for perpetuity. It's a special law in the UK created to ensure that the hospital will forever be able to collect royalties from stage performances, audiobooks, book releases, etc. of Peter Pan in the UK. and this is the only work with an exception to the copyright laws.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I love learning with you. It's fantastic. I really do. Yeah. All right. Thank you, T. Now, that's going to send us into Horrible History.
Oh, this is a horrible one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man.
Okay.
Let's go, class.
Hurry to class. First period's done.
That's right.
Open your history book to page 45, chapter 67.
Here we go.
Today we're going to learn about the New London school explosion.
Ooh,
Ooh, yes. Nearly 300 students in Texas were killed by an explosion of natural gas at their school on March 18th, 1937.
That's horrible.
It is. The
historic.
Consolidated School of New London, Texas, sat in the middle of a large oil and natural gas field. The area was dominated by 10,000 oil derricks, 11 of which stood right on school grounds. The school was newly built in the 30s for close to $1 million, and from its inception, bought natural gas from Union Gas to supply its energy needs. The school's natural gas bill averaged about $300 a month, which for 1937 sounds really high.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what that would be today, but a lot.
Eventually, officials at Consolidated School were persuaded to save money by tapping into the wet gas lines operated by Parade Oil Company that ran near the school. Wet gas is a type of waste gas that is less stable and has more impurities than typical natural gas. At the time, it was not completely uncommon for consumers living near oil fields to use this gas. The afternoon of March 18, 1937, a shop teacher at the school turned on an electric sander. Unbeknownst to him, there was a massive natural gas leak under the school.
Oh, no.
The sander sparked, which ignited the gas and caused a massive explosion that killed almost 300 students and teachers. It was absolutely horrific. The force of the explosion was so great that a 2-ton block of concrete crushed a car parked 200 feet away. Yes.
That's amazing.
It literally blew the roof off the school. And
blow the
leveled
roof
it.
off this mother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The roof.
Mm-hmm.
The blast, which came without warning because natural gas had no smell back then, was felt by people 40 miles away.
What a shockwave, huh?
And killed most victims instantly. People rushed to the scene to pull out survivors. Hundreds of injured students were hauled from the rubble. Miraculously, some students walked away unharmed. 10 of these were found under a large bookcase that shielded them from the falling building.
See, reading is fundamental.
First aid stations were established in the nearby town of Tyler, Overton, Kilgore, and Henderson to tend to the wounded. Reportedly, a blackboard at the destroyed school was found that read, "Oil and natural gas are Texas's greatest natural gifts." Without them, this school would not be here, and none of us would be learning our lessons.
Exactly, especially history.
Oh, my goodness. As a result of this incident, wet gas was required to be burned at the site rather than piped away. More importantly, a new state law mandating the usage of maldorants in natural gas for commercial and industrial use was put into place after the incident. This process causes the gas to have a smell so that something like this can't happen again.
Thank God. Wow.
That's why you get those people like, "Do I smell gas?"
Yep, that's horrible
You normally
history,
wouldn't.
all right.
He thought it was a game when his parents taught him to identify the smell of natural gas and telephone the gas company for help. He knows now that gas leaks are serious business. More important, he knows what to do about the problem. If you think you have a gas leak, call your gas company. They're on duty 24 hours a day.
Teach the children well.
We nailed that one this
Because
week.
it's added.
Ooh, T. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that moves us into our next segment, Twit O' the Week. Twit you.
Twit you.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, this week's twit of the week comes from Germany.
Und ja.
Deutschland.
Schleiger.
Climate activists glue themselves to runways, causing major travel disruption. Germany's transport minister slammed the criminal activity of the last-generation activists who gained access to airports in Hamburg and Dusseldorf, leaving holidaymakers facing lengthy delays. Climate activists caused major disruption at 2 airports in Germany on Thursday morning after breaching the fences around the sites, blocking access to runways on the first day of the school holidays. Flight operations at Hamburg Airport in the north of the county were suspended when members of the activist group glued themselves to the runway. Dozens of flights were canceled, and 10 arriving planes had to be diverted to other airports. Germany's DPA news agency reported. Flights resumed at 9:30 a.m. local time.
That's incredible.
Can you imagine being on a plane and then having an announcement come over saying, we have to be diverted?
Watch your altitude, Striker. You're too erratic. You can't come straight in. Got enough fuel left for 2 hours of flying.
I'll take it, Elaine. Listen to me, Kramer. We have people up here who will die in less than an hour, let alone 2. I may bend your precious airplane, but I'll get it down.
I mean, you're going to be like, what's happening?
Right.
And then you find out, like, some kids glued themselves to the runway.
And then my next question is this, T. Okay, what type of glue are we talking? Gorilla Glue, Flex Seal? Like, are they really glued on there?
I have no idea.
I mean, that's wow.
I mean, I would assume German glue would get the job done.
Yes. Yeah.
I am stuck.
I'm stuck. That was good. I like that. All right. Well, thank you again. And all right, this brings us into this week's random word generator. This is where T and I use the random word generator app. It generates a word. We plug that word into YouTube, and then we deliver the results to you, our viewers and listeners. So I'd like to kick it off, if you don't mind.
I do not mind that at all.
All right.
Have a go.
My word this week was yummy.
I hate that word.
Ummy.
Oh.
Yeah. The channel, guess what, is called Yummy. All right. Time on the video is 3 minutes and 54 seconds, 2.4 thousand likes, 2,428 views. It was posted 8/16/2023.
Okay.
The description is chocolate banana bread.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks amazing, by the way. And
I'm all in.
My favorite comment was this: I love cake very, very much. That's right, baby. That's right.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, and my last thought on this particular thing, of course, was like, this recipe is bananas. BANANAS. Yeah, baby. That's right. That's right. Oh! Yeah. So, what have you this week?
My random word was waffle.
Oh, Sticky Waffle House.
I actually expected something from Waffle House, but no.
Well, I think a lot of people are when they go in there.
So I got Eggo commercials from the 90s to the 2000s.
Awesome.
The channel is Nostalgia Cat. They have like 19,000 subscribers.
Which is, we don't have anywhere near
We don't have that.
We're working on it, though.
The video length is 16 minutes and 29 seconds.
Oh, God, no, T.
Lego my Eggo.
Oh.
This is, so I wrote down, this is a commercial compilation for all Eggo products, including the cereal. Do you remember the Eggo cereal?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
What do you think, I grew up in a basement? Well, I'm doing it now, so.
So apparently they had a mascot that was just like a big guy in a waffle suit.
Of course.
I don't remember that, but...
Yeah, Willie the Waffle.
Willie the Waffle.
I don't know what the guy was. All I know is it made me hungry.
Bad.
Yes.
I don't recall that at all. But all the comments were very, like, nostalgic. So one person wrote, I just thought of this. They really knew how to advertise back then. These look so good.
Oh, man. And then when you get them, they're not even an inch thick. You know what I mean? But on the commercial, it's like heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Well, they make everything look better in commercials.
Of course they do. Wait till we get on commercials. We'll look fantastic.
We will happily advertise your product.
Yeah, baby. That's right. That's right. Well, I think we did pretty good this week on those. You know what I mean? I'd call it a draw. You know?
Yeah, I mean, well, you got banana bread. I got a bowl full of nostalgia.
Right. And nothing wrong with that.
I guess.
Absolutely not. All right.
I think I might have been, if it wasn't all centric to Eggo products, it might have been better. But
Right. Well, we do.
But that wasn't the assignment, so
Exactly. You stuck to the assignment, and
I
I'm
stuck
sure
to
all
the
our fans
assignment.
appreciate it. So that's good. All right. So what do we got next? Actually, we got A and I tells the whole story.
The entire story.
This is where T and I use the artificial intelligence app to create a story, and not only create it, to tell it to you in its own AI voice.
I like this because we don't have to do anything.
I know. We get to be slightly irresponsible towards the end of the show.
So last week we used Libby. So
Libby, wah.
Why don't we give it to I would tell you Oliver or Brian.
Let's go with Oliver.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. Oliver's gonna read us. This is called Because of the Rain.
Yeah, crank it up, Ollie. Let's see what you have to say.
The rain was pouring down hard. I could barely see in front of me. Good thing I was planning on staying home. I was not a bit surprised when I heard my mother say, "I'm so sorry, dear. You'll have to get up at once."
Get up at once!
I said I didn't know where she was, or if she were up. She said she had just been to the post office to send a letter. I had no idea she would be so late, so I got up and went to bed. By the middle of next day I felt better, though my head ached and my heart was pounding.
That's not good.
When I woke up in my room, it rained.
In the
My
room?
mother was still there, and she wasn't. I was very much surprised, for I thought she must have been up all night. And I couldn't understand why she wouldn't go to her room and get dressed. So I went down to see. Her door was open, which was a very strange thing to happen, and I thought she might have gone out and walked. So I went in to see what was wrong. She was sitting in her armchair with her hands folded, looking very serious and thoughtful. In the midst of all that was going on in my mind, I suddenly realized that she hadn't been in bed at any time that day.
Yeah, because she
I
went to
looked
the
at my
post
watch
office.
and saw that it had stopped.
Oh, there's the watch.
I went to bed, thinking I would be up in a few minutes. When I got up, I saw her sitting on her bed. That was the first time I ever saw anyone sitting in her chair, but there wasn't anyone there. "I have a question to ask you, Mr. Carstone," said the man who called himself the chief.
What's up, Chief?
He was
How
an
are ya?
old-time sea captain. His face was as wrinkled as a map. A great many years had passed since he first saw me, and it seemed as though he were looking at me with the eyes of a child.
Baby.
He was very tall, with a thin, long neck, like a tree, very thin and very long. On his head he wore a black felt hat. He said, "Do you know why your mother is not in your room?" I said
at
she
the
had been
post
out
office.
walking and hadn't returned. That was all. I went to the office of Mr. WHPB and told him I wanted to see him. He sent for his secretary and had me brought to his office. A young man in a black coat and white shirt came in and said that Mr. B, in his private capacity as postmaster, would see me in Mr. B's private room. I went. Mr. B was sitting in an armchair and smoking a cigar.
With
As
the
soon as
monkey?
I was in, he asked me if I knew where my mother had walked, to which I answered that I did not. His secretary said he would go and look for her, if he found her. He went off. Mr. B came out, took me into a small room, closed the blinds, opened a window, sat down and put his hand on my arm, saying, "Now, my dear, we must all of us be very careful. You mustn't be afraid of being seen with me. I am not the man to go about with."
PDA.
Mr. B said he would not have me disturbed. We sat down and waited. There was no other person in that room but myself. After an hour or so I rose. His secretary said to him, "Mr. B, he is the postman. He is very much afraid that you may get into trouble with the police, so he has come here to give you this letter, which he thinks you will like. Now I will go and tell him that he must take it to the office. This is all because of the rain. My mother wouldn't have gone walking if it wasn't for that. I knew they would deliver the letter. The postman never minds the rain."
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, they deliver for you then. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I am very confused.
Yeah, that's what happens usually when AI tells the whole story. At least a lot of people confused, including us. So we're all in the same boat.
Okay, so the mother was telling him to get out of bed.
Right.
And then she was in a chair. And
Right.
then this person went to bed. And then she wasn't in the chair. She went to the post office.
Right.
She's all over the place.
She is. She's a whirling dervish. This is crazy. This is crazy, folks. Crazy. All right.
She's a transporter is what she is.
She is.
Just boom, boom, boom.
I know. They're everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So, that being said, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Oh. And remember, okay, folks, there is a world of difference between hearing somebody and somebody hearing you and somebody actually listening to you. So even though I screwed that up. So.
I had that incident earlier this week.
That's okay. And please help the people of the Maui wildfires and anything all over the world to do with weather at this point by donating to the Red Cross. The link will be in the description box below. And that'll bring us to checking the voicemail.
Just one quick thing?
Yes, one quick thing.
If I get one more notification about tornadoes,
right?
We have never had so many tornado warnings. This summer, it's been one a week at least.
Right. You know how many family members I was telling to get in their bathtub this week? It's excruciating. You know what I'm saying?
Get in the tub!
That's right. Right now, I'm in the tub. Do I have to? Yes. Here's your coffee. Yeah.
Here's a coffee.
Right. Right. So, yeah, on to Google voicemail. Let's see if we at least have one. Let's see if we have one. If we have one, we're blessed.
We have one, so
okay.
I guess we're blessed.
We're blessed.
If I can see.
Yeah, I'm in Hoosier country, and this hates the monkeys are around here. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, I think the monkey was on the attack in Hoosier country. Maybe someone stole his
Should
pack
give
of
him
cigarettes.
a cigarette or
Yeah, exactly. These aren't menthols. What the F? All right. Well, that does it for another episode. You love us, and we love you very, so very, very much. And we'll be back in 2 and 2. Get the merch, get the books, watch all the shorts, start all the way from season 1 and work your way up. Have tons of fun. And, yeah, that's about that. And now we dance.
Shorts next week.
Shorts next week, baby.
Don't think me unkind. Words are hard to find. When the eloquence escapes me, their logic ties me up and takes me. Do-do-do-do, da-da-da. It's all I wanna be saying to you. Do-do-do-do-do, da-da-da-da-da-da. The innocence will pull me through. Do-do-do-do-do, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's all I gotta be saying to you. Do-do-do-do-do, da-da-da-da-da-da. The meaningless and all that's true.
Yes. Yes.